So, today's video is gonna be about why teenagers are angry all the time, or at least something along those lines. Wait. So, before we talk about that, I'm gonna do some disclaimers, obviously. Is that I'm not qualified to speak about any of those things. So, if you're gonna take your advice from me, it's up to you. I'm not advising that I know anything. I'm not saying that I know anything about these things. I'm just gonna tell you of my opinion and my understanding about these things. So it's not gonna be educational video that's intended for educational uses. It's more so about me ranting about, the topic of today. So, getting hot. Just came to. Oh, whatever. Okay. So, because of today's title is that we're gonna talking about why teenagers are why are teenagers so angry all the time, and I'll tell you my story first. When I was 13 or something, 13, 14, I'm 18 now, so like 4 or 5 years ago, I was exactly that teenager when I was going through that puberty age. And I was, at the time, I think it was around Corona. I had this long hair, I was fat, I was just disgusting looking dude. You see that piece over there? I played Roblox on that thing like every single day. It was horrible. I didn't know, I didn't do anything. I had no purpose, I have no drive. I was just angry all the time. I will beat my brother, the little brother I had. I will scream at him, I'll get angry at him, I'll do the same to my mother. She's struggling to survive, keep us happy, but this corona hard times, and I was just being this, unreasonable child. Not even child, a kid, a teenager. And I was just angry all the time, I never understood. And somehow, as life went on, I don't know what happened, but my anger started to dissipate. I just became this normal person. I became happy, all cheered up, all this goofy, nice person, right? And I didn't understand it up until now. I didn't understand why or how it happened. I thought it was just natural, like what happens to people. So, well, it wasn't natural, I guess. Like the things I did was the right things accidentally, apparently. So, today's video is not gonna be much of a human slop because I've did some research, did a little bit of studying. I wouldn't say it's good enough research, but yeah, it's good enough to talk about it on the video. But don't take the advice seriously. It's only to me. I'm just talking what I know to you guys. So, take my advice at your own risk. Anyway, moving on. So, teen guys feel angry all the time because anger is the only place that actually has a place to go. Now, if you don't understand what I just said, here's explanation. So, when you're going through puberty, let's say 13 to 20 years old, right? You have this hormone called testosterone, and the testosterone is a pretty aggressive hormone, basically for men. It's a male hormone, I would say, and it's highly unstable, but it's designed for this competition. Let me see. It's designed for action, dominance, competition, and risk, right? All those four things. But the modern society that we live in gives us the completely different. Chairs, comfortable lives, and screens. Screens like in a phone screens, and rules, and basically just say it basically does the opposite of testosterone. What it does is that your testosterone is trying to do something when the society we live in is going against the testosterone. So your normal human body from the inside, you're just boiling up. It's like a pressure cooker, basically. So you want a competition, drive, risk, and action, dominance, those things. But the society of what that we live in discourages all of those things because it's quote unquote risky, it's, you know, it's dangerous, blah blah blah, yada yada. So because of that, you feel so oppressed and depressed, you know, just basically all the presses, you know. And because of that, you feel angry. Do you feel angry because there is like basically no, hold on, basically, man, this video is gonna be shit. I'd rather do it without a script, because I have these bullet points, and when I look at the bullet points, I forget what I'm saying. Whatever. Yeah, there's no language for emotions, basically. So what I understood from that is that, because I just did this research like an hour ago, so it's like still fresh. While it's still fresh, I'm gonna talk. So what I understood, there's no language for emotions for guys. What I mean by that is like we didn't learn how to say about like the, you know, because it's socially not acceptable for guys to be sad or feel fear or something. But like it's kind of socially acceptable for guys to feel anger and be angry. It's like typical. As oh, that's what guys do. But guys are not allowed to cry, be sad, feel fear. You're meant to be brave, yada yada yada, right? And because of that, it kind of becomes like the anger becomes translation. Because of that, your brain thinks anger is the only acceptable emotion. Instead of saying, "Oh, I feel disrespected," "Oh, I feel like I'm falling behind," "Oh, I feel inadequate." Instead of saying those things that make you feel worse, you just feel anger instead. That's what your brain thinks is the most appropriate way to respond to whatever that's going on in your life. So you become angry, you start beating people up, you know, all those things, or start just lashing at people for no reason, and actually you kind of start to enjoy it because like the anger feels so good. Reason it feels so good, it makes you feel dominant. It makes you feel like it clears anxiety for a while. It gives you clarity and gives you this power. And because of that, some people, some guys like to actually feel anger, and they love to feel anger because it just makes them what they're not, right? What they could be is a more appropriate way to say it. And there's another thing, because like, okay, there's another bullet point. You're expected to be a man, but you're treated not like one. You are not treated like one. Because that title, you're expected to be a man, but you're not treated like one. What it means is that from young age, we're like, oh, you're a man, don't cry. You're a man, do this. You're a man, you go, you know, do whatever. You know what people tell us to. But you're not given authority, responsibility, not all of those things, right? You're expected to be a man, but they just use the beneficial parts of the being a man, but like they don't give you anything back. It just makes you feel worse. It's like and you start hating everything. You hate girls because, you know, they treat you like that. You hate the schools, you hate the teachers, you hate yourself, you hate the world, and you end up killing yourself basically. Because, you know, you're taking all the bad things to yourself and not getting yourself the good things, the authority, the responsibilities, and all those things that actually fuel the lovely testosterone that you have. But it's just, you know, like it's like you're being sucked dry basically. Anyway, okay, what is next? Yeah, constant comparison. I said that in the last video. It was about was about the anxiety, I think. Yeah, anxiety reacting like part of human slow basically. And I was talking about like how anxiety is kind of comes from the infinite comparison you get all the time. Because our brains historically evolved from comparing itself to your village, classmates, and then like the 50 to 100 people that you've ever seen in your life. And nowadays, modern society with this new technology and phones, you scroll. Whoa, 19-year-old millionaire. Oh my god, I wish I could be me. No, but I'm not, so I suck at life. Scroll next. Whoa, this guy has super car. He is super nice. Oh, I wish I knew he was this, you know, flexing fake life. But whatever, it's not me, so I suck at life. Boom. And then, you know, shredded influencers. This six-pack, nice bodies, like, you know, like broad shoulders, thick neck, looks maxing, looking guys, you know, like, and you look at that and you're like, man, I'm like the bottom of the barrel. I suck at life. Your brain, your nervous system thinks, oh, like this dude, the body I made, he just he sucks at life. Like, man, might as well just, you know, be depressed, be angry, and then lash out to everybody. Cause you know, why not? It's like I need to feel something, and the nervous system, it needs to feel something it's meant to do, so it can just be itself normally, happy, normal, you know, serving other people, having authority, doing something, you know, meaningful in your life, but you're just oppressed out all the time. So, fuck you, I guess. Next, it literally says "suck at life" exactly. And then that leads to like chronic frustrations, envy, and silent self-hatred. I wrote it down here. And then that equals to anger. Because like those things, you feel those, you feel angry, and you feel anger. Okay. Oh yeah, no rite of passage. Historically, us boys, we had this rites of passage. For example, you go into the forest, and like, if you survive for 3 days, you become a man, or something. You jump over this fire, you're a man. You're like, there's a clear distinction between a boy and a man that we used to do. But in modern society, you just school, and then work, and then you're like, there's no threshold for being a man. And what else is there? And there's not even a recognition. You don't even know how to be a man. It's like, am I a man? I don't know. Am I a girl? Maybe I'm a femboy. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's like, and you turn into this like fucking weird limbo. You're in this like, it's like in this weird limbo stage, and I forgot what I was gonna say on the limbo stage. So let me see. Yeah. So when you're at that limbo, you have this aggression without any direction, and you know it's just you don't have direction. You only have the anger, and no power to direct that anger into something, right? And it feels so good to feel angry. I already talked about it. I was supposed to talk it next, right now, but I already talked about how anger feels good early on. So, whatever. Only fourth video anyway. And yeah, I'll talk about what actually helps with that angry issues. So I was telling you about suddenly my anger just disappeared, right? Like I was this suddenly funny, goofy guy who was just good at everything, doing everything, and like my anger is just gone. And I was searching how to get this anger off of me, or off of teenagers, basically, and or how I did it, and gave me a bunch of things. It's not cringe, by the way. So what actually works, I found out, not professional opinion, by the way, Google says so, is the things that actually discharge the anger, the testosterone, like it's what actually uses testosterone. So lifting heavy stuff, I mean not lifting heavy weights, basically gymming, but like real heavy, not to work out, but like just like heavy weights. You know, so it goes like the same hand in hand with like hard labor. If you do hard labor, like me, I work in like some random ass work that's a hard labor. I worked there for since then. It was pretty nice. It's like, and then sprinting, sparring, fighting with friends is like, it's like super, right? And then building something real, like, you know, let's say you're building something meaningful, you know, I don't know. For example, what I'm building right now is this human slop of a channel. That's pretty meaningful for me, if you say so. And also building my family up, you know, trying to get a girlfriend and a kid maybe, or you know, just like supporting my family overall. It's very meaningful, and you know, and also earning your own money. I started to do that from pretty young age, so you know, maybe that's why I'm not like the other teenagers who were like just angry all the time. So and it was like more of just like luck rather than intentional, purposeful, you know, getting better. And also less phone, less comparison. Let me look. And more silence. More silence. What I mean by that is See, it feels so nice. In silence. No one's talking. You feel good. It feels like your eyes actually just opened. You hear the littlest sounds. And you just breathe normally. It's so great. I shall take this advice for myself. You know, be more silent. Enjoy the silence even more. Because this is one of the greatest things. Anyway, so that's what silence is. It just makes you feel just utterly and deeply masculine. What else do I got here? Okay, there's like a one random quote I found from the internet. So, teen guys aren't angry because they are broken. They are angry because they are powerful and trapped. Wow, isn't that beautiful? It just glazes my male ego so much. It's like, you know, you're not broken. You're just powerful but trapped by society. Isn't that wonderful? To know that you're powerful, but you're just trapped. But you can just escape it. It's pretty easy. You know, it's not like how the gurus claim it's gonna be like the fight for the death. Like, you know, like you have to do all these things. Just, you know, do it for a bit. Your life will change anyway. You know, like you start lifting heavy weights, your body will get better. And your mental health, this oppressed anger will go away, and after that is gone, you have more clarity, more time to think about meaningful stuff, and then do meaningful stuff. Oh, like life goes great. It's you start to enjoy life, and like look at the like I love. I was like I've been recording since morning. That's my book stand, by the way. I mean camera stand. Like, man, it's so beautiful. It's just sunshine, trees, kids playing outside. Like, man, nothing more lovelier than this. So yeah, like and subscribe to my channel so I'll be more motivated to do these human slop videos. I think this one's the human slop part 4, I think. So yeah, good luck everyone. Don't take my advice seriously, because I'm not unqualified. But if you wanna, you can. I advise you to, but I don't advise you to. I'm just building my guardrails here so I don't get fucked by the critics. Anyway, bye-bye.